Every single person in this world wakes up with the same gift, a gift that is equal in measure yet different in impact depending on how it is used. That gift is 24 hours. It does not matter if you are a billionaire or someone struggling to make ends meet, if you are a CEO sitting in a corner office or a student sitting in a small classroom. The currency of life that you and I have been given is exactly the same. Time is the one resource that cannot be stretched, cannot be stored, and cannot be bought back once it slips away. Money can be lost and regained, opportunities may disappear, but new ones may come, relationships may break and heal. But when time passes, it is gone forever. That is why understanding the true value of time is the very foundation of building a meaningful and successful life. Most people fail not because they lack ability or talent, but because they underestimate the power of time. They treat hours as if they are unlimited, as if tomorrow will always be waiting for them. They delay dreams, they postpone decisions, they say later to opportunities, forgetting that later is not promised to anyone. Imagine for a moment that every morning a bank credited your account with $86,400 and by midnight, whatever you had not spent was wiped away. No carryovers, no transfers, no borrowing from tomorrow. How would you spend it? You would make sure every dollar was used wisely, right? Now replace dollars with seconds. That's exactly what life gives you every single day. 86,400 seconds deposited in your life's account, and at the end of the day, every second you fail to use wisely is erased, never to return. Once you start to see time this way, you stop wasting it carelessly. The tragedy is that many people realize the value of time only when it is too late. A student realizes the value of 1 year after failing an exam. A parent realizes the value of 1 day when they miss a child's important moment. A patient realizes the value of 1 minute when waiting for medical help to arrive. And in the final moments of life, people realize the value of 1 second when they wish they had more of it. But why should we wait for regret to teach us what wisdom can teach us right now? The wise do not wait for time to teach them lessons through pain. They respect it, they honor it, and they make every hour count before it is gone. Understanding the value of time also means realizing that success is not built overnight, but through consistent investment of hours, day after day, year after year. Think about the athletes who dominate the world stage. Their victories are not won in the moment of competition. They are built in countless hours of practice, training, sacrifice, and discipline, hours that nobody else sees. Think about entrepreneurs who change industries. Their achievements are not the result of a single lucky break, but the accumulation of thousands of hours spent learning, failing, and building when nobody was watching. Greatness is not the product of chance. It is the product of how someone uses their 24 hours. The sad truth is that many people squander their hours on things that add no value to their life. Hours slip away in meaningless scrolling, endless gossip, shallow entertainment, and worrying about things outside their control. These habits may feel harmless in the moment, but over time they steal years from a person's life. Think about it, wasting just 1 hour a day equals 365 hours a year. That is more than 15 full days lost, simply gone doing nothing meaningful. Multiply that by 10 years and you have lost over 150 days of your life. Nearly half a year wasted without even realizing it. Imagine what you could have built, learned, or achieved in that time. When you understand the value of time, you begin to measure your life not by the years you have lived, but by the hours you have invested in becoming better, in building your dreams, in strengthening your relationships, in serving others. You realize that every hour carries weight, that every moment is a chance to take a step closer to your goals. Time is like a seed. What you plant in it will grow, whether it is weeds of regret or fruits of success. One of the biggest mistakes people make in life is not that they are lazy, but that they are busy doing the wrong things. It is not the absence of effort that destroys dreams, it is misplaced effort. Many people wake up early, fill their days with endless activity, and collapse at night feeling exhausted, yet when they reflect on what they have truly achieved, the answer is often nothing meaningful. This is not because they are not working hard, but because they have not learned to prioritize. Without priorities, life becomes like running on a treadmill. Plenty of motion, but no progress. To prioritize wisely means to understand that not everything deserves your time, not everything requires your attention, and not everything is equally important. Life is full of choices, and every choice you make is a trade-off. When you say yes To one thing you are saying no, to something else. The tragedy is that many people spend their hours saying yes to distractions, obligations, and other people's expectations, while unintentionally saying no to their dreams, their growth, and their future. This is why some people, after years of working hard, realize they climbed a ladder that was leaning against the wrong wall. Think about this for a moment. There are tasks in your life that are urgent, but not important. There are also tasks that are important, but not urgent. Most people spend their days reacting to urgency, answering every message, replying to every notification, rushing to every request, without asking if it truly matters. They end up living a life of reaction instead of intention. But those who prioritize wisely focus first on what is important, even if it is not urgent. They focus on building health before sickness forces them to, on investing in relationships before loneliness overwhelms them, on improving skills before opportunities demand them. The wise know that if you take care of what matters most, the rest will eventually fall into place. There is a story of a professor who once filled a jar with large rocks and asked the class if the jar was full. They said yes. Then he added smaller pebbles, and they fit between the rocks. Again, he asked if the jar was full. They said yes. Then he poured sand, which filled the gaps. Finally, he added water, which filled the tiniest spaces. The lesson was clear: if you don't put the big rocks in first, you will never fit them in at all. The jar represents your life, and the big rocks are your priorities. Your health, your dreams, your family, your growth, your contribution to the world. If you fill your life with pebbles and sand, small distractions, meaningless tasks, shallow entertainment, there will be no space left for what truly matters. Many people think prioritizing means choosing between good and bad, but the real challenge of life is choosing between good and great. Scrolling through your phone is not evil. Watching a show is not a crime. Hanging out casually is not harmful. But if those things steal time from your greater purpose, if they rob you of the chance to grow, to build, to create, to live fully, then they are not harmless anymore. The cost of wasted hours is invisible in the moment, but becomes painfully visible in the long run. To prioritize wisely, you must also learn the power of saying no. This is not easy because society pressures us to please everyone, to agree to every invitation, to be available for everything. But every time you say yes to something unimportant, you are saying no to something that could change your life. The successful are not those who do everything, but those who know what not to do. They protect their time like treasure, and they are unapologetic about guarding their priorities. In truth, priorities are not decided in your schedule, they are revealed in your choices. If you say health is important, but you never exercise, then health is not your priority. If you say family is important, but you never spend time with them, then family is not your priority. If you say success is important, but you spend your hours gossiping, complaining, or comparing yourself to others, then success is not your priority. Your true priorities are not in your words, they are in your actions. So, before you fill your day with endless activity, ask yourself, what are my big rocks? What deserves my attention first? What will matter not only today, but 5 years from now? Because when you focus on the essential, you stop being busy and start being effective. And that difference is what separates people who spend their life chasing distractions from those who build a life of meaning. The way you start your day shapes everything that follows. The first few hours after you wake up are like the steering wheel of your 24 hours. If you begin aimlessly, you drift aimlessly. But if you begin with direction, the entire day follows that momentum. Too many people wake up already defeated because they allow their mornings to be consumed by habits that drain energy instead of building it. They grab their phone the moment they open their eyes, scrolling through messages, news, and notifications, letting the world dictate their mood before they even set their own. They rush through their morning, running late, eating poorly, and starting their day with stress rather than focus. When you live like this, you are not controlling your day. Your day is controlling you. To start your day with purpose is to take ownership from the very first moment. It begins with the decision that your mornings are sacred, that they belong not to the noise of the world, but to the building of your mind, body, and spirit. The most successful people understand that mornings are their foundation. They wake up early not because it is fashionable, but because the early hours are the quietest, the most undisturbed, the time when their mind is sharpest and distractions are minimal. In those hours, They set the tone for who they will be for the rest of the day. Imagine your morning as a stage. If the curtain rises to chaos, the whole performance suffers. But if it rises to calm, clarity, and direction, the rest of the show unfolds with greater beauty. Waking up with purpose means choosing what will feed your energy rather than steal it. It might be exercise that awakens your body, reading that expands your mind, prayer or meditation that strengthens your spirit, or simply sitting in silence to breathe and think. Whatever the ritual, the important thing is that you do it with intention, not as a routine to tick off, but as a moment to align yourself with your goals. The power of starting your day with purpose is not only in what you do, but also in what you avoid. Mornings are not meant for comparison, gossip, or reacting to negativity. If the first thing you do is consume the chaos of the world, you carry that weight into every hour. But if the first thing you do is focus on your vision, you carry strength and clarity instead. You cannot control everything that happens during the day. There will be challenges, unexpected events, even failures, but you can control how you prepare for them. Purpose in the morning gives you resilience for the rest of the day. Think of a farmer. Before he can expect a harvest, he must prepare the soil, plant the seeds, and water the ground. He does not wait until the heat of the afternoon to begin. He starts in the early hours when the conditions are right. The same is true for your dreams. If you want to harvest success, you must plant seeds in the morning. Every early hour you dedicate to growth, discipline, and clarity is a seed that grows into productivity, focus, and achievement later in the day. Many people say they don't have time for a purposeful morning, but in reality, the issue is not time, it is priorities. They sacrifice their mornings to late night habits, scrolling endlessly, binge watching, or wasting hours on things that leave them drained. When you go to bed late without intention, you wake up late without energy. This cycle robs you of the most powerful part of your day. But once you learn to guard your nights, you automatically reclaim your mornings, and with them, your direction. Starting your day with purpose also means starting with clarity of vision. Before the distractions of life flood your mind, take a few minutes to remind yourself why you are here, what you are working toward, and who you are becoming. Write down your goals, repeat affirmations, or simply visualize the future you want to build. This is not about fantasy. It is about training your mind to focus on what matters before the noise of the world steals your attention. A purposeful morning turns your dream into your compass for the day, guiding every decision, every action, and every choice. Life becomes overwhelming when you treat your 24 hours as a single, unbroken block of time where everything competes for attention at once. Many people live their days in chaos, constantly switching between tasks, reacting to interruptions, and moving from one distraction to another without any structure. At the end of such a day, they feel exhausted but unaccomplished, busy but not productive. The truth is, without order, time slips away unnoticed. That is why learning to divide your day into segments is one of the most powerful ways to take control of your 24 hours. Think of your day as a house with many rooms. If all the walls were knocked down and every room merged into one, the house would look spacious, but you would not know where to cook, where to eat, where to sleep, or where to rest. Chaos would reign. But when each room has a defined purpose, the house becomes functional and comfortable. In the same way, when your day is broken into segments, clearly defined blocks of time with a specific purpose, you create order, focus, and balance. Each segment of your day is like a container. It holds the activities and responsibilities you assign to it, preventing them from spilling into areas where they don't belong. Work should not consume the time meant for rest. Rest should not steal the time meant for growth. Family should not be ignored because of distractions that add no value. By dividing your day, you protect what matters most from being lost in the blur of endless activity. Start with a segment for your most important work, the deep, focused effort that moves your goals forward. This is the time when your energy and concentration are highest, often in the morning or early hours of the day. Protect this segment fiercely. Do not allow social media, endless meetings, or minor tasks to invade it. This is your creative time, your building time, the hours where you make real progress. If you treat this segment with discipline, you will achieve in a few focused hours what others struggle to do in an entire day. Next, create a segment for learning and personal growth. This is the time to read, to reflect, to practice, to improve yourself. Even 30 minutes a day, consistently applied, becomes a force of transformation over years. Too many people believe they will grow automatically just by living. But growth is not automatic, it is intentional. Without a segment dedicated to learning, you will stay busy but stagnant, running through your days without ever leveling up your skills or your mindset. Then, set aside a segment for relationships. Success is empty if you achieve it alone. Your family, friends, and loved ones deserve more than the leftovers of your time. Even if life is demanding, even if your goals are heavy, dedicating moments of full presence with those who matter creates bonds that sustain you through the journey. A short, intentional segment of undistracted time with your loved ones is worth more than hours of half attention. Don't forget a segment for health. Without health, every other priority loses its meaning. You can sacrifice sleep, skip meals, ignore exercise in the pursuit of short-term goals. But eventually, the body sends a bill that cannot be ignored. Make time every day to move, to eat well, to rest properly. These moments may feel small, but they are investments in the energy you will need to pursue everything else. And finally, create a segment for rest and reflection. This is not laziness, it is renewal. Just as fields need time to recover after harvest, the human mind and body need time to recharge. Reflection, in particular, allows you to look back on your day, to understand what worked, what failed, and what must be improved tomorrow. Without this, your days blur together, mistakes repeat, and growth slows down. When you divide your day into segments, you begin to live with rhythm instead of randomness. You give structure to your time, and with structure comes clarity. Suddenly, instead of wondering where your hours went, you know exactly what you invested them in. This sense of control brings peace, productivity, and a deeper sense of fulfillment. One of the greatest tragedies in life is not that people lack opportunities, but that they waste the hours that could have created those opportunities. Every day, countless hours slip through our hands unnoticed, not because we are doing evil things or making destructive choices, but because we are allowing small, invisible habits to silently drain the life out of our 24 hours. If you truly measured how much time is lost in distractions, procrastination, and mindless activities, you would be shocked at how much of your life has been thrown away without meaning. Eliminating wasted hours is not about becoming harsh or robotic. It is about respecting yourself enough to guard your most precious resource from being stolen by the unimportant. Think about how easy it is to lose time today. A notification pops up on your phone, and what you plan to be a 2-minute glance turns into 30 minutes of scrolling. A television episode you watch to relax multiplies into 3 more, and suddenly half your evening is gone. A casual conversation filled with gossip stretches for hours, leaving you drained instead of inspired. These are not isolated events, they are silent patterns, repeated daily, that steal years of your life. One wasted hour a day adds up to 365 hours in a year. That is more than 15 days of lost potential every single year. Over 10 years, that's 150 days, nearly half a year of your life gone to nothingness. Imagine what you could have learned, built, or experienced in that time. The danger of wasted hours is that they do not feel dangerous in the moment. Unlike a financial loss, you don't see a number vanish from your account. Unlike a physical injury, you don't feel immediate pain. Time is stolen silently, softly, without alarms or warnings, until one day you look back and realize how much has slipped away. That is why eliminating wasted hours requires awareness and discipline. You must train yourself to recognize what truly matters and what is merely noise. Eliminating wasted hours does not mean working every second of the day. It does not mean stripping joy or rest from your life. In fact, true rest is never wasted time. It is renewal. Time spent with loved ones, time used to laugh, to heal, to reflect, or to recharge. These are not wasted, they are investments in your well-being. What must be eliminated are the empty hours that give nothing back to your life, the endless scrolling that adds no wisdom, the complaints that solve no problems, the overthinking that paralyzes action, the distractions that pull you further from your goals. Every hour asks you a silent question: who are you becoming because of me? If the answer is someone stronger, wiser, healthier, or closer to their dream, then the hour was well spent. But if the answer is someone stagnant, distracted, or regretful, then the hour was wasted. Life is not measured by how many hours you live, but by how many hours you use meaningfully. To eliminate wasted hours, you must set boundaries. Boundaries for your devices, so they serve you instead of controlling you. Boundaries for people, so you give your time to those who uplift you, instead of those who drain you. Boundaries for yourself, so you resist the temptation of comfort when discipline is required. Discipline may feel heavy in the moment, but regret weighs far more in the end. Ask yourself this: if today were my last day, would I be proud of how I used my hours? Most people avoid this question because it forces honesty, but it is exactly that honesty that leads to change. When you start seeing each hour as a piece of your life, when you realize that wasting hours is the same as wasting life, you begin to treat time with the respect it deserves. Eliminating wasted hours is not about becoming perfect, it is about becoming intentional. It is about choosing growth over stagnation, purpose over distraction, and discipline over regret. Every hour you reclaim from waste is an hour you give back to your dreams, your family, your health, and your future. If there is one decision that separates those who continue to grow from those who remain the same year after year, it is the decision to keep learning. Learning is not something that ends with school, nor is it confined to degrees or diplomas. True learning is a lifelong commitment, a daily investment in becoming wiser, sharper, and more capable than you were yesterday. Yet too many people treat learning as optional, as if it is something you do only when you have time, forgetting that the world is constantly evolving, and that standing still in knowledge is the same as moving backward. The reality is simple: if you do not make learning a daily priority, the world will pass you by. Opportunities will appear, but you will not be ready for them. Challenges will arise, but you will not have the tools to overcome them. Doors will open, but you will not have the key to walk through. Knowledge is that key, skill is that key, and both are forged not in occasional bursts of effort, but in consistent daily investment. Consider how much time slips away unnoticed each day. People spend hours scrolling, watching, or engaging in activities that add little value to their lives. But imagine if even one of those hours was dedicated to learning, reading a book, listening to an insightful podcast, practicing a skill, or reflecting on lessons from the past. 1 hour may seem small, but over a year it becomes 365 hours. That is more than 15 complete days of growth, enough time to master a new skill, learn a new language, or reshape your mindset. Over 5 years, that becomes 75 days of learning, and over a lifetime, it becomes the difference between those who live on the surface and those who rise to mastery. The truth is, success is not built on luck, it is built on preparation. And preparation is built on learning. Athletes train their bodies daily, not because they enjoy the pain of repetition, but because they know that daily practice builds strength for the future. In the same way, feeding your mind daily builds the capacity to handle challenges, seize opportunities, and create breakthroughs. When you commit to learning daily, you sharpen your mind, just as a blacksmith sharpens a blade, through consistent, steady effort that transforms something ordinary into something extraordinary. But learning is not only about books or formal education. Life itself is the greatest classroom, and every experience carries a lesson if you are humble enough to see it. A failure is a teacher in disguise, showing you what not to repeat. A conversation with a stranger can open a new perspective. Observing nature can reveal patience, resilience, and order. To invest in learning daily is not only to consume information, but to extract wisdom from every moment of your life. What stops most people from learning is not a lack of resources, but a lack of humility. They believe they already know enough, that learning is for beginners, that their age or position excuses them from growth. But the most dangerous place to be is thinking you have nothing left to learn. The world is full of stories of people who rose quickly, but fell just as fast because they stopped growing, they stopped learning, and they became comfortable with what they already knew. Comfort is the enemy of progress. The moment you stop learning is the moment you stop leading your own future. Daily learning also fuels confidence. Knowledge reduces fear because fear often comes from the unknown. The more you understand, the more capable you feel, and the more you act with courage. Imagine two people standing before the same opportunity. One who has invested daily in learning and one who has not. The difference in their ability to act, to adapt, to seize the moment is vast. The one who has learned daily will step forward with readiness, while the other hesitates, unprepared, watching the chance slip away. Learning daily is also a way of honoring your future self. The person you will be 5 years from now depends on the knowledge and skills you build today. Every page you read, every idea you explore, every skill you practice is a gift you are giving to the person you are becoming. When you look at it this way, learning is no longer a chore but an act of self-respect and self-love. At the end of every day, when the noise quiets down and the world grows still, you are left alone with yourself. And in that silence, there is a question that only you can answer: did I use today well? Reflection is the practice of facing that question honestly. It is the habit of pausing at the end of your 24 hours to look back, not with judgment or regret, but with awareness and intention. While most people rush through their days without looking back, those who build extraordinary lives understand that reflection is the bridge between experience and growth. Without reflection, even the busiest life becomes an endless cycle of repetition. With reflection, every day becomes a stepping stone to something greater. Reflection is powerful because it turns ordinary days into teachers. Every success holds a lesson about what worked, and every mistake carries wisdom about what must be avoided. But unless you stop to reflect, those lessons are lost, and you risk repeating the same errors tomorrow. Many people wonder why their life feels stuck, why year after year they face the same struggles. The answer is often simple: they are not reflecting, not learning from their days. They are living, but not extracting wisdom from their living. Reflection breaks this cycle by shining a light on your choices and showing you what needs to change. To end with reflection does not mean dwelling on the negative or punishing yourself for what went wrong. It means reviewing your day with honesty. Ask yourself, what did I do well today? What distracted me? What could I have done better? Did I move closer to my goals or further away? These questions create awareness. Awareness creates clarity, and clarity fuels better decisions for tomorrow. Reflection is not about perfection, it is about progress. Even if you failed, reflection turns failure into growth. Even if you succeeded, reflection ensures that success becomes a foundation for the future, not just a moment to celebrate. Another gift of reflection is gratitude. When you pause to look back, you begin to notice the blessings you overlooked while rushing through the day. The smile of a loved one, the opportunity to learn something new, the strength to overcome a challenge. Gratitude not only humbles you but also energizes you, reminding you that life is not just about chasing the future, but also appreciating the present. Many people live in constant pursuit, always chasing the next thing, never stopping to appreciate what they already have. Reflection anchors you, teaching you to value your journey, not just your destination. Reflection also prepares your mind for rest. So many people go to bed with a restless spirit, carrying unfinished thoughts, regrets, and worries into their sleep. But when you take time to reflect, to write down your thoughts, to close your day with awareness, you give your mind permission to rest. Sleep becomes deeper, and you wake up lighter, ready to begin again. Reflection is the bridge that allows one day to end and another to begin with clarity and purpose. And here lies the greatest truth. Life itself is nothing more than a collection of days. If you waste one, it seems small. If you waste many, it becomes a pattern. But if you reflect daily, you transform each day into a building block of growth. Imagine looking back at your life, not in regret but in gratitude, knowing you lived each day with intention, that you learned, improved, and became better with every passing 24 hours. So my friends, when the sun sets and you prepare to rest, do not just close your eyes and escape into sleep. Pause, reflect, learn, be grateful, and then promise yourself that tomorrow will not be wasted. Because a life without reflection is a life repeated, but a life with reflection is a life elevated. In the end, success, happiness, fulfillment, they are not created in one grand moment. They are built day by day, hour by hour, reflection by reflection. If you honor your 24 hours, if you prioritize wisely, if you live with purpose, eliminate waste, invest in growth, and end each day reflecting with gratitude, you will discover that you are not simply living time, you are shaping destiny. And destiny, after all, is nothing more than the story of how you used your hours.